Why? How the hell are you guys? What's going on? First time viewers are like, what the fuck? Is that his actual voice? I actually had a friend of mine that thought this song was legitimately Diane Degree. Not even kidding. I had a friend of mine way back in the 90s who was like singing it as Diane Degree. And I'm like, wait, hang on. Are you doing that to be like, are you fucking with me? He's like, no, it's the words. Like, my guy, those are not the words. It's dying degree. It's like, well, why does he say it like that? It's like, because it's the way he says things. It's like, well, he's not. He's North American. Why does he pronounce things that way? I couldn't get it through to him. How's it going, everybody? My name is Tyler. Welcome to the show. Let's start the show. Good show for you. Anyways, I've got a guitar I really don't like playing in my hands because I feel like Woody needs to get off the bench once in a while. This guitar has nothing but bad luck attached to it. It's annoying. And I'm assuming it's going to go okay today. We'll see. It sounds good. It's just one watching. Oh, no. How's it going, everybody? Juan, good evening. Tonbout, I got your email. I only check that email once every few days. And I've been super busy. So I will get to you today. We're just going to call you Tom from now on. Tombot. Townbout? Is that your, okay, but unless it's your, is that your name? Is that your actual, like, your first name? Then I'm not going to fuck with it. But we're going to give you a nickname. Tawny B. Just kidding. Anyways, I had a great day at work today. Stellar day at work. Actually. But do you guys, am I the only one that has, I can't be the only one. I think at every workplace I've ever worked at, there was a buck passer. Somebody that was typically maybe up above, not up above, but maybe thinks they're like a little bit above, or they've been there, they've got like seniority or whatever. And they pass the buck. That kind of shit drives me crazy. Do your job! just come to work and do your fucking job, man. Pedro, did you notice the song? Guerrilla. I went and looked them up. They are pretty fucking stellar, my friend. Today on the show, what are we going to be doing? We're going to be hanging out with some ToneHub, I think. I don't know if that's going to draw people to I'm not sure if this is going to be the milkshake that draws everybody to the yard or not. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It could be. If it's not, then we just move on to AmpHub maybe instead. Anyways, this is my RG. Oh, yeah. This is my RGEW521 FM. This is that's the whole guitar name. I call it Woody. This is Woody Jr. I have a bass that's also Woody. It's the Woody family. This is Woody Jr. That's Woody Sr. It's a bass is obviously senior for some reason. I've had it longer too. I don't like anything of this guitar. I'm going to tell you guys the story about this guitar at some point. But let's go with check out some presets. And I know there's been a couple of new drops, and one of them I'm actually curious about is the Jeremy Popoff. If you've ever heard the band Lit, and I'm sure if you were around in the 90s and you listened to music in like the late 90s, they had a couple songs that were everywhere. You know, like that one Wolf Mother song? That bum ba bum ba, you know, whatever that fucking song is. That song is, you know how that Wolf Mother song was in everything for like, it's still, you still like, I think I think it's a rule, 1 in 5 action movies has got to have that Wolf Mother song in it, you know? Anyways, it was like that. Lit was the band like that. And they have, just tell me why. Something with blah, 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 blah. I should know the fucking words. That's not what I'm looking for. That is not the tone I'm looking for. Let's go with the enemy. Why do I have so much noise happening right now? There's a lot of noise happening there for some reason. Why? Did I leave something on in the chain? I did. I left the analog rack compressor on from the other stream. It happens from time to time. And I have way too much level. The thing about this I was really curious about is because Lit had great guitar tone. Really good guitar tone. Like you listen to that one Lit song, and I don't care. You listen to the very start of it. I should have taken my brush over this hat. I can tell there's fuzz on it. I can see it in the corner of my fucking eye. There it is. Get off, fucker. Not Little Big. Lit. You know this song. Everybody knows this song. Now, that's a great guitar tone off the hop, but listen, the band comes in here. Listen to that rhythm tone. Whether you like the song or not, I don't care. The guitar tone in this song is freaking huge. It sounds great. The whole album sounds awesome. I was never a huge fan of the band. I liked that album. There was nothing I hated about it. It's a little soft for me in those days. In those days, I was just trying to find like the fast, muscular punk rock. You know what I mean? And that was a little slow for me, but we ended up having to, we did a few gigs. A band I was with, we did a few gigs to, did a few cover shows to help pay for a record that we were making. And we did some shows, and we figured we were just going to... Come on, man! He's calling his mom. She just went out. Now he's all sad. Anyways, that's that band. And this dude is in that band, Jeremy Popoff. And he himself has some great tone. And he's got some cool guitars. This guy's guitar collection speaks directly to my directly to my brain. Like, you go look at Jeremy Popoff's Instagram, and it's just all about single humbucker Telecasters. And if you know me well enough, you know that anytime I see a single humbucker Telecaster, I'm like, hey, or even any single pickup. Like if I see an Esquire, which is like just the one single coil, I'm all over it. I'm interested. Come on now. This has got a DiMarzio deactivator in the bridge, and these are aftermarket pickups. It came with that really silly Ibanez. Remember when they were using what was that combination they were using forever? It was like the Air Norton in the neck and something else. It was Air Norton in the neck, I think, or was the Air Norton in the bridge? Well, either way, that pickup, I really didn't like that pickup at all. And however, I like this pickup a lot. All right, we get the this input thing, the input calibration thing here, or we'll call it the level listener, is very handy. Check it out at some point. All right, so we're going to dial in this. I'm just going to bring that down. I'm going to edit it. That's so just... Tone zone. Wow, that sounds really good. This is awesome. Thank you so much. As always, I have to, as always, thank the wonderful human beings, all of the people that I know well over at STL Tones. Thank you to each and every one of you over there for always supporting everything that I've been involved with. And also, just making rad stuff. Fetty, Carlo, Sonny, James, and I've yet to learn the names of the two new AR fellas over there, but I will get the names up here. I've only dealt with them once for this, and thank you. I don't want to get it wrong, but I thought maybe there was a Devin. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to go back and really get the name because I want to be able to thank. Thanks so much for the subscription, like they gave me the full Monty over here, and I said I just wanted to showcase the plug, to be able to showcase the plugin the best I can. And I don't like locked doors when it comes to promoting things. I don't like that. It doesn't make me feel good. I don't like having all this stuff just to own it. And I think that most developers know that about me at this point. They know that I use very little. They know STL Tones knows that I love the Lassie Lambert plugin, and they know I use that a lot. But apart from that, I'll be honest, there's only about 5 plugins, guitar, amp sim, we'll say maybe 5-10 tops that I use often with my own stuff. So yeah, I mean, this stuff's all just for promotional use. And I really appreciate everything they've always done, and they've always been really cool sending stuff over. So thank you to STL Tones. I've got this tuned in C, and I don't really like the strings I have on it. Yeah, I never liked those pickups. Anyways, those pickups. So how I came upon this guitar was really irritating, really annoying. I ordered a Scott Ian Flying V from a local guitar store. They got it in, and I got the guitar home. They had done no setup whatsoever. Because, of course, you've got to pay the music store extra to do a setup. I said, fuck that. I'm going to do my own setup. But when I got the guitar, I realized that it was it was very likely a refurb. I didn't buy a fucking refurb. There were two blemishes on the guitar, and the fact that the bridge was locked in this really high action kind of scenario and wouldn't even go down. And it turned out, like, I brought the guitar in, and the guy's like, well, we can order you another one. And I said, you know what? I just don't want it. I just don't. I'm so finished with Jackson quality control. Ever since they moved over to Fender, the quality control is just it's not great. Anyways, long story long, they're like, okay, well, do you want a refund? I said, well, I kind of want a guitar, man. And he said, well, just pick something from the store that's roughly the same value. So I looked around and 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 looked around. I played like 15 guitars that day. This is the one that went home with me, and there's just something about it that it's never really fully felt like a member of the family. However, it's been a pickup testing guitar for its entire lifespan. This guitar has probably had 20 different sets of pickups in it or more. Pickup testing, pickup reviewing kind of guitar. Lots of active sets have been in and out of it, which is insane because look how small this is the crazy thing about this guitar. Yeah, don't mind the scratches. Whoops. Who cares? The route is small in here. So small. So as mentioned, I've got the PAF Pro up here, and I've got the DiMarzio deactivator back here, and this is the set that will live in this guitar for a long, long time. This set sounds good in it. It's finally playing nice. It stays in tune all right. I shouldn't be after the medals today. This is a Marshall JMP 50 watt, 1979. And the cabinet is a Marshall Celestion Roll-Up 412. It shows you the microphones. It shows you Boss. I love this. He's a big fan of the Boss SD1. Very interesting. There's a lot of Boss SD1 here. Fender Telecaster pickup. Seymour Duncan. And what? Hold on. What does that say? Seymour Duncan what? Parallel Axis. Really? Has anybody out there tried that pickup? The Seymour Duncan Parallel Axis Original. Very interesting. I've never tried that pickup, although now I kind of want it. So these are essentially... I mean, if I'm going to layman's term it right now, these are essentially Kemper profiles. They're not. I'm not saying they are, but I'm just saying that that's the idea. They're shot in the string, if I'm not mistaken. But if I'm not mistaken, in Kempers, you can't capture drive pedals. However, the drive pedals have been captured inside here. So these are a lot of fun. It looks like what do we have for amps here? We've got the Marshall 50 watt, JMP 50 watt, JMP Super Lead. Bo might be interested in that. This is all Marshall. GCM 800. Oh no, here we go. Bad Cat Lynx. And we've got, what's a Blackwing? Blackwing. What the fuck is a Blackwing? Anybody know about that amp? Anyways, this is the Jeremy Pop-Off pack. Do check it out, as so far it's popping off. We move on. This is the second. I like it. So I'm going to be careful about adding stomps because I'm noticing there's already a stomp in there. And I'm thinking if you're adding stomps on top of a stomp, things could get a little weird. They could. Now I'm noticing here. Oh, interesting. But didn't they have pedals that were just straight pedals built in here before? Did I miss something? Add traces here using the trace or the trace exchange. Were there not other pedals? Ah, wonderful. And noticing this is active, but there's a pedal built into it already. That actually sounds better to me. That's interesting that they chose to bake that in, because there's 3 overdrives here. Wow, 6 overdrives here, fuzz and all sorts of stuff out front, which is rad. But what I'm wondering here is this on being on kind of made it a little bit, maybe a little bit less awesome. I think that like... Can't remember that song. Anybody know what song that was? All right, let's get to the comments here. Sorry, guys. Lit Over My Head from Titan AE. Nice. That's a fucking serious drop there, man. I actually liked that movie. Do you know that movie actually did ruin a studio and ruin multiple careers? Seriously. Go look into it. There's a whole bunch of YouTube videos about it, and it was known well before YouTube and all the YouTube sleuthers. Anybody know what song that was? Man, we got 5 people in the house. Chat at me, guys. It's Friday. Come on, bring it in. Let's bring it in here. The excitement must go up. I must take it to a higher level. But seriously, I hope everyone's having a fucking great Friday. Or at least it's getting better. Or maybe you were at work today and it kind of sucked. Well, we're hoping we can make it better for you right now. That's what I'm hoping for you. I don't need any of these right now. It'd be cool though. No, I don't need any of these right now. So I'm just going to go back to the amp and cab. Actually, I'm going to go back to, what was I looking at there? Presets. Thank you, Jeremy Pop-Off. Wonderful. Thank you. All right, so this sounds pretty awesome. It sounds pretty nice. Let's turn the bias up a little bit. That doesn't sound bad. It sounds real. Like the tracing amp, I'll stand by it until something cooler comes out. But as far as capturing or any of that stuff goes, the center brain of these things, typically in like say the center brain of any of these capture, capture or profiling plugins. The center brain, most of the time, you're not going to want to go. You're not going to want to leave that safety zone of 4 to 6 on each dial, because beyond 4 to 6, when you're working with a profile or a capture, when you start to go beyond 4 and 6, I think you should start looking for another capture or profile, because I think when you engage too much of that center brain, you start to make the profiles / captures sound less real. It's like I've said a million times, what happens when you use too much Photoshop? It doesn't look like a real picture anymore. Same thing with the center brain. When you use too much of that, it doesn't really sound like a real profile as much as it did in the first place. Now, or at least the response is going to be off and everything else. Now, that's said for most of these plugins. This is the exception where I think the tracing amp it really feels like in some cases you're actually tweaking that amp. It really sometimes really feels that way, which is super cool. The gain actually feels like you're really upping some gain. The treble feels real. The presence feels more real. The resonance adds that real warmth to things. The sag we haven't really messed with, but the bias doesn't sound too bad. But I would be wary tweaking any bias control, whether it's on a real amp or a plugin, etc. Those things, you can make kind of a mess. I would say really want to look into it and go slowly when you're adjusting like bias and stuff like that. On a real amp, that is. Yeah, dude. Tom Bout. I'm telling you right now, the 800 needs some help. It can get heavy, but brother, it needs a screamer. It needs a screamer. I really need one of those large stream decks. Somebody out there buy me one. I'm gonna act like I'm gonna put a Cash App in my profile. That's super normal to do, right? Come here, Sam. Oh, I had to help the blind cat to the windowsill. Anyhow, man, what a rad day in general. I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we're only a couple in here. We're going to keep going through some of this stuff and just find fun stuff to kind of fuck with. The fuck just happened? What the shit just happened? I don't know what the shit just happened there. Not a clue. Okay, let me go back here. So yeah, the 800 is an amp that can be made real angry, but you need it. It needs a screamer. And yeah, I was saying I needed one of those stream decks because anytime I mention a screamer, I wanted to get like that little clip. It's a screamer. Hey. It'd be fun. I've got so many clips I would love to put on there, and they're almost all from either wrestling or action movies. But man, I just want to fill a deck full of random samples and just hit them when necessary. I don't know why. I just want to. That's not as good. I don't like that one as much. So here's the deal today. Right here in the presets, whether it's one of the artist packs, or whether it's one of the amp packs, you let me know what you want to hear. I have them all. I will show them to you. I will bust out any of these packs at the drop of a hat. You just say it in the comments, and we're gonna go in. We're gonna find some rad stuff. I would love to personally. I'm gonna check out this radness from Colin Richardson at the moment, and then we're gonna go from there. Next person that requests something, I'm gonna jump it in. So look through the website. Head over to STL Tones. find something in the ToneHub library that is you're interested in, or the Amp Hub library that you're interested in, and let me know, and we can rock it. Okay, guys? Whoa, that's aggressive. Still not 100% sure that I've got the deactivator height all the way correct, but we'll get there. See, like I just said, like this guitar is not always the greatest. I might be letting go of it. Just might let go of it and let it go to somebody else that will fully enjoy it and make room for something else potentially. It may go on in my reverb store. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. I'm not saying it's a piece of shit. I'm just saying it's never liked me. It's almost like it's always known it was the second choice. Third choice, actually, son of a bitch. That sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That sounds awesome. And so Colin Richardson, if you're not in the know, is a producer that's done a lot of amazing records, and most notably has done one of my favorite records of all time, Carcass Heartwork. And if you've never heard that album, what's wrong with you? You got to hear it. Go and listen to Carcass Heartwork ASAP. That needs to happen. Why is this blowing me up here? I don't know. I'm not really 100% sure I've got them set exactly where I want them, but I don't want to mess with that in this stream. I'm using the one on ToneHub. Is there more than one? Yeah, dude, there's a ton. There are a metric ton of 800s in here. It really depends on like the actual pack itself that's based on an 800. Let's go find it. Amp expansions. What would be the 800 here? Mars BB62, Mars this, Mars that, Mars. I have a JCM 900 SLX, but I do not. Oh, there it is. Mars J800. Right by it. Now, gain level. Let's go to the highest gain one that I can find. That's not nothing. That doesn't sound too low key to me. Why do I suck at guitar so hard? I sat on the couch last night and did like 3 hours of chicken picking because it just had to be done. I need it. I really need to restring this. It should be in D. And there's just something, like I said, something about this guitar has never sat fully well with me. This string gauge is really not sitting well with me. So I think as soon as I get off this stream, I'm actually going to go and maybe drop it down a bit lower and put something else on it. Or bring it up and put something skinnier on it. I don't know, guys. Like, I don't feel like I've got these pickups set right. Let's give them a good measure. And if you don't know how to measure the height of your pickups, and you don't know it, that every pickup has an ideal starting point height. It's ideally, it becomes more up to you as you get more of an ear for it. But in this case, I don't have an ear for it right now. We are looking at about just over 2 millimeters. And I think it should probably be a little bit lower. I'm not going to mess with it right now. I'll mess with it on break. That sounds pretty solid, though, dude. I'm not sure. The 800 solid. I'm sorry I meant Amp Hub, not Tone Hub. Yeah, that one doesn't have a lot. You think Softtube has the best 800? Disagree. The best 800 is located in the Mercurial Audio Spark plugin. Just my opinion, though. That is the best Marshall plugin that ever existed, in my personal opinion. The greatest Marshall plugin on the market today. And that you would, and Rudy, if you don't own it, it's not very expensive. Head over to Mercurial Audio and pick up Spark and come right back and tell us you're not absolutely, positively, and fully in love with the 4 Marshall amps they have placed inside that plugin. You are going to be very, very happy with that plugin. Promise you. Oh, see, again. So I bought these 2 sets of strings at the same period, at the same time. And you guys know how I feel with low tunings and a plain G. Drives me freaking mental. And I accidentally bought these sets thinking that it was a wound G, but it is in fact a plain G. So when it's lower than anything lower than D standard, and then you get to that string, it becomes all thunk. It's like dun 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 thunk, wow, awkward, wow, and then ting ting. It's very nice except for that one string. It's just the asshole. That sounds wonderful, actually. So the one in here is not bad at all. I think this was free for a while, wasn't it? Can somebody look up which are the free packs for this at this point? I know there were some, or maybe they're not anymore, but did somebody end up picking a pack? Did anybody actually want to hear anything? I don't know what's going on. Dude, Hair Metal Day. We talked about this, dude. It's coming. One of the next coming Tuesdays. You'll get your Hair Metal Day. I got to practice some hair metal shit, though. I got to do it. What's the name of this plugin? This is that's the Mercurial Audio Spark. MERCURIALL. Yeah, I had to work real hard. It's the squirrel up there right now. Is the squirrel up there that runs my shit. He's half in the bag, so. Oh, man. All right, so I'm going to go into some of the amps, man. Although I do remember a lot of these, if you guys are curious, the Will Putney expansions are insane. Wait, which Will Putney one, though, is that? Okay, let's go to show all for a sec. Can I search? I don't see a search window. That would be cool if I could search. There are 2 Will Putneys, though. Why am I only... Do I only have access to one? If you guys want to see the best pack, right here. Excuse me. One of the greatest packs ever released for ToneHub, factually, is the Will Putney. For me, anyways, is the Will Putney 20 by 10. This thing is awesome. This thing sounds awesome. And this was one of the very first Purple Nightmares I'd heard. And this is an older pack. It's been out for a couple years now, I think. There's the MLC Sub-Zero. Actually, this was one of the first times I heard this amp as well. Sounds pretty solid. Ain't nothing wrong with what I'm hearing. It's called the Brit. Yeah, I know. I'm super familiar. It's one of the very first ones they put in there. And yeah, there's not much you can do about getting that one to sound super metal, I don't think. However, if you want that modified Marshall sound, there are other amps inside that might... Because if that's what you're after, if you're after that boosted, modified Marshall kind of sound, there are a lot of amps out there that's basically just that. You look at Friedman's, you look at Splon, you look at Soldano, you look at some of the Fortin offerings, like Fortin Nameless Suite, for example, / Fortin Meshuggah. That is a modified Marshall as well. It comes from it's not a modified Marshall. It comes from a modified Marshall inspired schematic, we'll say. So there are a lot, as well as the MLC Sub-Zero, the one I'm on right now. This is actually an amp that started off from like a Marshall inspiration. Sounds terrific. Which Marshalls are in it? Go have a look, brother. I believe there's a Slash, an 800, and a Super Bass and a Super Lead. The cabinet section is a bit outdated, but the pedals there are pedals in it, and it's super easy to just bust out your own IR with it anyway. And who doesn't have a nice collection of rad Marshall IRs at this point? I know I do. Okay, let's go. I see your comment there. Daniel Johns. This is if you're not familiar with this website, it's called Equate Board. It'll tell you everything about every band that you ever really wanted to know about. Excuse me. It'll tell you about that band. Soldano Hot Rod 100. Fuzz Factory, Zvex Fuzz Factory. Let's go to some of the original stuff, though. That'd be here. Here's the original Frog Stomp shit. JCM 900. That seems like it would be more Frog Stomp era. Their Marshall 1968 412 cabinet. Probably more Frog Stomp era stuff. Yeah. And what was he probably using for a gain in those days? For a gain amp, their sound was phenomenally simple for a while. For the first bit, it was very simple stuff. I don't know exactly what he was using in the start. When did he ever use this signal? When did he ever use this? What? When did Silverchair ever use a Steve Vai gem, the original beautiful gem? I had a guitar player once. His name was Matt. Is Matt. He's still alive. He's not dead. He had this guitar, and it's freaking gorgeous. I remember it so well. He pulled it out of the case when he auditioned. Well, I say auditioned, but he just came to jam with us. And man, this dude, he pulled this guitar out of the case, and we're just like, what? Holy fuck, dude. He's like, he's like, I brought 2 guitars, and the other guitar he had brought with him was that Reb Beach guitar with the fucking... You know, the headless before it was headless, even though there was no headless. It was just like an open area. Anyways, I'm pretty sure for the early stuff, he just used a Marshall JCM 900. That would float because they were a pretty young band, and Marshalls are pretty easy to find in Australia, as far as I understand. You really have to figure. It really does determine what people start with and gear people use sometimes when they're born just in a certain country. You know, like you're born in Germany, there's a great chance that one of your, like if you're you've got lots of gear and stuff, there's a good chance you could end up with an Angle or a Diesel, right? And in the States, it's like it's mess up, but there's of course Marshall distribution like crazy in the States now. But for a long time, it wasn't as easy as you think to get Marshalls there in Australia. I don't think. But it was probably one of those things. Anyways, yeah, and didn't he use Paul Reed Smith at the start as well? I can't remember. They're still together? Anyways, this is a really cool way to do this. I remember the video where he used this thing. Do you guys remember this weird guitar? The Roswell Rhodes. There's a dude in the band. Oh shit, that band Orgy. Am I gonna get nuked? Is it gonna go like 18 plus because I said that word? Because it's a band name. Fuck off. Anyways, super weird guitar. I don't know why they called it the Roswell Rhodes. It looks nothing like a Rhodes. It's almost an insult to the Rhodes V. Although I find it unique to look at. I remember the video where he used that though. So this is where we go to, and so if I'm going to recommend to you, what was the pedal that he used most on Frog Stomp? Was it like a fuzz pedal or something? Either way, figure out which pedal he used, and there's probably a pedal plugin based on it somewhere. If it's the what did he use for gain? And that wasn't the Small Stone's not a gain pedal. I mean, I think he was probably just going straight out of the amp then. Because I don't really notice a lot here. Maybe the Rat. That would make sense. Anyways. So if you're looking to get a JCM 800 sound with a Marshall S1960A 412 cabinet, that's super easy to do. Those are two very easy pieces of gear to find in plugin form. Yeah, man, I got your email about that. I can look into that. It's quite good. It's quite nice. It's quite nice indeed. So if you're just joining us, we're checking out some stuff from ToneHub today. It's never a very busy stream when we just sit with one platform and kind of go through expansions. But yeah, I like to do it anyways. For people watching it later that maybe, hey, if you're out there and you're wanting to check out ToneHub, hopefully you look through some of our videos. We've got 2 or 3 videos now where I just literally wander and find cool stuff to use. So, yeah, Colin Richardson, wow, Slipknot, Cannibal Corpse, As They Lay Dying. Oh, man. Okay, I saw... Fuck. I have to go on my Facebook to go do it, and I don't want to go onto my logged in Facebook, but go on Facebook and go to As They Lay Dying's Facebook. This is what I'm going to challenge you guys to do. Okay, go there. Go to As They Lay Dying's Facebook page and go and look for it should be one of the recent posts where you can see Tim Lambesis working with some cables and stuff, and he's plugging them into things, and he's doing nice work too. I guess he's probably just something for live direct. I don't know. It's just something for the stage, anyways. And it looked like some sort of maybe, I don't know. You guys be the judge. I'm not really sure what I was looking at. Some sort of rack case full of junk. Anyways, the comments had me laughing so hard that my sides hurt, and that doesn't happen that often. It doesn't. And I was sitting there just like laughing so hard that my sides hurt and my face hurt, and there was a tear coming out of my eye. So go and read the comments to that. As I Lay Dying came up, and I just remembered 2-3 days ago I saw this hilarious I don't know why I even clicked on it, but as soon as I did, I'm like, oh, the comments. And I went, boink. And as soon as I went to the comments, I was just like so glad that I did. So you guys, I'll leave that up to you. See that? I turned the treble up a little bit there and the presence, and that actually sounded like I did that. So in this pack, we've got 6505s, 5153 stealths, we've got JVMs, rectifiers. Wait, no, we've got a JP2C here as well. Let's check this out. Hey, what's this all about? It says there's a Wampler out front of all these, but I don't... Wampler what? What does that mean? It just says Wampler. What does that mean? I need some more information. Pickup. Here's the thing, guys. Things that here's when I notice. When I notice like this, EMG all the way down. Is that all the way down? All the way down? Yeah. Everything was captured and with an EMG involved. And when you're using an EMG, sometimes when you're playing on something that's meant for EMG or meant for passive, but you're using active, but it's meant for EMG, but you're using passive, etc., you're going back and forth. Sometimes you might not get the ideal response that was intended from the artist or from whomever shot the captures, etc. You might not necessarily get the desired effect. So when I see situations like that, it makes me want to go and grab something with EMGs just to see what kind of response I get out of it, right? That's just me, though. I don't know. Let's go to the stomps here for a sec. And I'm listening to this, and it just seems like it could need some toit. But it says it's already been tightened. Really? Let's dial this back. See what I can't get to make a couple moves out of here that make this sound a little bit more manageable. That sounds way better. Sounds pretty solid. Yeah, that's a lot of low end. I had to turn a lot of that low end down. It's just too much for me. All right, I'm going to take a quick break in a quick second here. And also going to make a move on these pickups here. And... I was like, why is this not working? And I remember it's one of the guitars that I have Robertson in. You might be thinking, what's Robertson? Well, Robertson is a screw. Robertson is we'll call it a screw top, a type of screwdriver that was designed in Canada. And they literally will not use it in the States, even though it's a square. There, that actually made a lot of really good difference there. Yeah, it's way better, actually. Just the tiny little moves. Doesn't sound too bad. That sounds way better. Wow, this guitar Needs new strings for sure. And then I'm not really sure which way I'm going to go with it. Should you guys you guys can choose. Should I go lower with it and tune it to B, 56 to 13, or should I tune it up to D standard? You guys make the choice. That is really nice sounding. And so this is the Marshall JVM, and I'm having some pretty good. I'm having some good luck with this one. I just want to know which pedal. I'm sure if I did enough research, and I'm sure I could go to find Colin Richardson's favorite Wampler overdrive. I'm sure if anybody could do it with just a quick Google search. You guys want to do that for me? D standard, eh? Sounds good to me. I've already got a bunch of guitars in B anyway. Yeah, but there's ways to handle the treble. If it all sounds super trebly to you, even with Fishman, really? I got those Nazguls on the way today, brother. They are on their way. My missus just went and picked that stuff up, and I'm going to install them tonight, and then I'm going to be back at you guys probably tomorrow at some point with the new Conan the Destroyer. My Ibanez Destroyer will be completely, no, not completely. I'm just adding pickup rings, new pickups, and it's going to crush. Yeah, I think D standard's a good idea for this guitar. Down Jimmy, sick bamboo. I'm just going to do the lyrics the way Vince Neil does them. How do you need a teleprompter for a song, for songs you've been singing for 40 fucking years? I don't understand that. I don't understand how any singer out there that's been touring the same songs, the same old fucking set list for how many fucking years? How many years have they been touring this same set list? How do you not know the words? How do you not know the words to the songs to where you need a teleprompter? Oh, jeez Louise, Papa Cheese. That just, I mean, I get it. People get older and they start, but he's not even trying. He's got the teleprompter and he's still not singing the fucking words. And people are still paying like $400 a ticket to see Motley Crue, even though they know factually, A, the singer is no longer trying. B, they sometimes decide to use drum tracks. And C, they use a bass track while basically dude is just pantomiming. How are you still going to see this band live? John 5 is rad though, so it's hard for me. I can't shit on John 5. Who could possibly ever shit on John 5 ever? I'm going to take a quick break. I know what dementia is, and I know dementia is serious. I understand all of those things, but he's been using a teleprompter since like the fucking late 90s. Axl Rose is another one. Axl Rose has been using a teleprompter since the 80s for his own songs. On tour, he would have teleprompter on stage every night. Every single night, he would have a teleprompter on stage. Brother, how wasted are you? I think they're pretty wasted, probably. It's okay. Nonetheless, though, it's a weird look, right? It's a weird look looking at a singer, looking at a teleprompter to read lyrics they've been singing for 40 years. 40 years. I mean, you mess up the odd word, who gives a shit? But, like, wow. I don't know, man. I know, man. I've seen it. I see a lot of teleprompters on a lot of stages. It's very strange to me. Very strange to me. I get it. I get it. I guess I get it. No, I don't know if I get it. You wrote the lyrics. Well, in most cases, the singers, well, not in all cases, but in many cases, singers write the lyrics too. I don't know, man. I'm 47 years old, and I still remember the song lyrics for songs that I wrote when I was 15. I remember them down to the last syllable. And I haven't played those songs in 30 years. I haven't played those songs in 32 plus or 30 years, or roughly 30 years. And I still remember the lyrics to those songs. And I don't play them every night. And I don't rehearse them. You see where I'm going with this. You're rehearsing the... I'm just turning into cranky old bitchy man at this point. 6 people here. Yeah! Whoever the 6th person is, man, you're rad. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I'm going to come back. I'm probably going to come back. I was thinking maybe with another guitar. I don't know. I'm probably going to look at what I'm wearing here first. No, I'm just going to come back. I will give Woody Jr. his full spotlight. I just don't understand. It's a beautiful guitar. These pickups, the double cream from DiMarzio matches the binding so perfectly. I just wish this guitar was a little bit more fun to play. I'm thinking about bringing it to like my mentor and just saying, here, can you make this somehow? Can you make this play amazing for me? Somehow, anyway, anyhow, can you please? Can we fix this instrument somehow? Yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys. I'm not going to shit. I'm just here talking shit. I'm an absolute nobody. I can talk, I'm an absolute nobody. I'm just some asshole with a channel on YouTube that, like 10 people watch, talk about plugins and just go on old man rants. I can't talk shit about anybody, but I will. Not all that often, though. But I just, and don't get me wrong, I want to preface this by saying I don't hate Motley Crue. I actually really like Motley Crue. I have since the very first time I heard them, too. The first fucking song I heard was Live Wire. And I was just like, I was hooked immediately. The video was cool as shit, too. And I was like, who are these guys? I would think it was like probably 10 years old or something like that. And my uncle's like, that's Motley Crue. Oh, tell me more about Motley Crue. And so, yeah, and went from there. I'm not a hater. I'm just saying it's really weird that they can still sell out stadiums. Coolest shit ever, though, is they are going on tour with Extreme. Yay! That is a band that I was actually in my town, and I missed them. They were in my town, and I missed them. And I didn't even really know they were here because the show wasn't well marketed, and nonetheless, I've missed a couple shows like that. But man, if you get to if that comes anywhere near your neck of the woods, and you are a fan of guitar music, you better go watch Nuno absolutely destroy that stage. I would feel really awkward playing after Extreme because Extreme are in fucking top flight shape. Gary Cherone is still an amazing singer. Nuno still shreds. He's shred the roof off of anything. That whole band is still at the top of their game, even as like older dudes. I'm telling you, they are gonna blow both bands off the stage every single solitary night. I can't remember who else is on the tour though. I bet you Rudy knows. There's Motley Crue, somebody else, and Extreme, but I can't remember. Was it Tesla? Tesla fucking that is a band from the 80s I never liked at all. Stuff the Sign in Your Ass. I never liked that band. They never had anything that was really like that bit. They were like slaughter to me. But anyways, let's save this for the hair metal stream. I'll be back 2-3 minutes, guys. Thank you for being here. Like and subscribe. And I promise you will enjoy the rest of the stream. We will get with it. Please do, in the moment, go and look up all the different stuff available for the ToneHub platform. And if there's something in here that tickles your fancy and you want my opinion on it, ask. Just ask. That is why one of the coolest things about having the subscription to this, Amp Hub, and a few other things like Amp Locker, which is going to be dropping in the next couple of days. That's the coolest thing, is having these subscriptions and being able to show you guys what's available. So if there's anything, I don't care if it's the amps, I don't care if it's the artists, you let me know. You let me know right down to the profile itself, and I will select that one for you. You let me know what you want to see in the second half. It's all request, and I'm happy to go through all of these for you. No problem. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Give me 2 or 3. Man. Okay, we're going to listen to a quick tone break. We're going to go from the start of this, and we're just going to listen to this for a second, because we like to do tone breaks here, and this is one of the greatest tones I've heard this year on one of the greatest albums I've heard this year. This is, I don't know, I'm just going to call them Beast, and I'm assuming they don't call their band Based. Is it Based? Did they just call themselves Beast? I'm not sure. Anyways, I've seen these guys live a couple of times just in live streams, and they're fantastic. And this song has one of the best tones I've heard this year, and one of the best songs I've heard this year. Tell me I'm wrong. And then I'm going to show you guys something, and you're going to get your guys' opinion on something as well. Love it. And then the song doesn't go at all where you think it's going to go. Holy shit, this band rips. By the way, if you guys were watching the other day, you remember when I showed you guys 4 seconds of Research Chemicals live by Viagra Boys? My video got blocked because of that. I had to edit that out if I wanted it to show up. Isn't that fucking stupid, man? Ah, jeez. Like, I'm literally just promoting the band. That's all I'm doing. I'm promoting the band. And then we don't want that. We don't want that around here. So stupid. Anyways, 5 people in the house. Guys, okay, this set came in. Nazgul Sentient. I couldn't be more excited about this. However, when I cracked this open, I noticed there's a slight blemish on one of the pickups. A very slight, but it's there. And it's noticeable to me. What would you guys do, you folks do, if you spent like damn near 300 and whatever dollars on a set of pickups, and there is a slight blemish? These are not used pickups. These are brand new. In the case, not used, not refurbished, not B stock. What would you guys do? Yeah, new pickups are fun. However, I need to sell. I need to sell off some pickups. I have a pickup-topia building on top of our fridge. In fact, if I add even 2 more pickups to the top of my fridge, no joke, pickups will probably overwhelm us and take over this house. So we can't be doing that. So I really need to get rid of some pickups. There's a local fella at a local music store that told me he wants to buy some pickups, and I think I could probably sell off some of them pickups over time. But man, it's so overwhelming to me to sell pickups, because you just get shipping. It's not even like, it's just a pain in the ass selling things online. That's it. And reverb is annoying. Reverb is so irritating to sell on now. They absolutely hammer the shit out of you for fees, and they make it so that you want all of their upgrades that you need to get them to get your ads seen and stuff. It's really annoying. I remember selling something on there and ended up only getting, I think it was like $210 I had the item up for. But after a few of the upgrades, it ended up costing me like, it's like $70 in fees. You're like, holy shit, what? That doesn't make any sense. Once again, the Etsy people absolutely screwed that site over. Send it back? I don't want to send it back. That's annoying to me. I'll use it. I'm going to install it. But my idea was maybe saying to this person, saying, look, there's an invisible, it's against the rules. Any visible blemish has to be noted. And it was not noted in the ad. It has to be pictured and photographed, which it was not. And these are marked as new and sold as new, not anything else. Once again, a no-no. So Not my problem. You know what I mean? He can take it up with Seymour Duncan because these were still factory sealed. So he can take it up with Seymour Duncan. But nonetheless, I am that guy that will try to chisel $20, $25, $30 off something if it's even the slightest blemish on it. I'm not, no thank you. If I wanted something blemished, I would buy something used for, there was a used Nazgul I could have purchased. Anyways, does anyone have anything they'd like to hear or see anything when it comes to the artists or whether it's the artists or the amps? I'm interested in looking at some of the amps at the moment, so I'm going to go and check out one that piqued my interest earlier, which was, for starters, the Forbidden Insane, which is I'm going to check this out real quick. This is the Fortin Meshuggah, low gain input, and we're just going to kind of chill on this one. So let's look at the signal chain here. It doesn't note pickup. It says Gibson Les Paul Custom. So Fender Stratocaster, Fender Telecaster. Oh, wow. You're just going to... So these are all the guitars that were used. So really, we have no idea. So this one is kind of cheeky and sneaky. They were just... I get it. Mid gain, high gain. And there's no other notes. This one's kind of vague, but it was one of the earlier ones anyways, I think. So let's check it out. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of top end there. There is quite a lot of top end and sizzle in that sizzle fizzle. It doesn't let me get at the cab on this one, does it? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't let me get at the cabinet. Some of these you can get at the cabinet and some of them you cannot. And I think notice now, by the way, I haven't really promoted it yet, but let's go to the STL. Let's go check this out. This is the STL Exchange, the latest. I want to check some of this stuff out. Do you guys want me to? How about we do some of that? Third part. Wow. 5153 party randomly posted by fucking Jason Sukoff. Okay. Yoink. Save in folder. Create new. Beef. Give me the cash. Give me the cash. All right, I want to try it. So now how do I use it? My traces? I go here. Hey, mama, sent the bump. I fucking hate that song. Give me some Jason Sukoff. And you guys have heard Jason Sukoff's music on this channel many times if you guys have not heard Crotch Duster, my goodness gracious. Go and listen to Crotch Duster. Big fat box of shit. I'm not kidding. I want to go to it real quick. Crotch. Jason Sukoff, fantastic producer. One of my favorite all-time producers. And gosh, I would love to work with him on a signature amp suite. I would love to even just promote one that he did with somebody else. Don't care. Does he have a pack? He has a pack here, I think, too, doesn't he? And you guys have heard Mammal Sauce lots of times. This is the album. It's called Big Fat Box of Shit, 2004. And if you can get all the way through this album, by the way, it's not work safe, and it's also not non-PC safe. It's definitely not. It's definitely language from another time. So be forewarned. I'm telling you that right now. If you've got a soft shell, it's probably not your thing. But if you can laugh and have a good time laughing at things, do it. It's a great album, super fun. I can challenge you, if you can get all the way through this album without laughing, I'd be super surprised. It's hilarious. Anyways, one of my favorites out there.
It's my vagina.
All right, here we go. Let's get a little more low end of that. See, that's not too sizzly at all. That sounds really good, actually. Wow. This is great. Okay, so I'm really, really liking this. So we're going to stick with this for just a second here. Ooh. I'm trying to use more riffs if I can. I'm also trying to sit in classical every now and again. Jesus, Ton. That fucking sucks, dude. Best of luck. See, that sucks. I have a friend of mine that's going that has gone through a couple of scenarios with kidney stones over the last like few years. Oh man, it sounds like it's horrible. I don't want anything to. No, it's just one of those things I hope never happens to me. And I'm still very, I still very much feel for the people that go through things that make me even think, ow! I am definitely not trying to be insensitive to your scenario, by the way. It's just, whew, that's a toughie. Let's go to the pedals here for a sec. I notice it's not boosted with anything. Let's try boosting it with something. Is this what I think it is? I'm getting the feeling that the one knob is supposed to be like the Fortin 33. It sounds fucking, yeah, this song rips. Oh, I see. Actually, it's been there the whole time. I'm gonna move you over a little, buddy. Holy shit, we're cooking with gas right now. We are cooking with gasoline. Brother, I drink so much water. This is tinny. I went too far. Went too far. I was too full. I was too full of zeal. I was too full of zeal. That's my problem. Too full of zeal. As usual, I should note that if you are a creator and you're out there, please do reach out to us. Excuse me. Please do reach out to us, as we can put you in touch with many different developers. If you are a creator and you're just wanting to do that thing where you're trading plugins for content and you're not asking for a fee, you're just trying to get your name out there, I can put you in touch with many companies where you can get plugins in exchange for content. So do get at us over here at the AmpSim Universe at gmail.com. I play so much better in classical, but I just can't. During streams, it just doesn't feel good to sit that way. My desk is a bit too high. I've kind of got to put my foot up on something. But if I can get myself something for streams to put my foot up on, I would sit in classical for the entire stream, 100%. I just can't be like one of those Twitch guys that just like sits like this. There's this one Twitch guy I was watching for a while during COVID. He just sort of sits like this. Yeah. And then people just giving him money, hammering him with money, and he's just sitting there like, and he's just like, yeah, answering the chat while he's he's not even looking, just shredding the ever-living shit out of his guitar. No mistakes. Very seldom an off note, too. I can't remember what this guy is because I haven't been on Twitch since forever, because who has? Honestly, I haven't been on Twitch since COVID. I don't think. But man, during COVID, watching musicians, all the musicians that had live channels during Twitch was on Twitch during COVID was so fucking fun. So fun watching. Like, there were so many musicians that that got full live streaming setups going, Twitch, or were doing live streams wherever. It was so that was I have to admit, that was pretty fun to watch. And you can interact with them too, which is cool. Some of like the coolest people. And remember, there was the drummer that's now with Fear Factory, the bass player that's now I want to say he's in Soulfly, or he was in Soulfly. He was in Havoc. The dude that was in Havoc, that went from Havoc to either a Cavalera Conspiracy or Soulfly or one of those bands. Can't remember that dude's name off the top of my head. And then there was the guitar player from Unleash the Archers, Grant, Canadian fella as well. Canadian represent. That was fun to watch. Tell me, dude, did you guys watch a lot of like any live streaming artists during COVID? We know it's like, shh, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. It never really ended. It just sort of faded off, and we never actually got to say, yeah! It was just sort of like, it went away, and we're just like, all right, let's just fucking forget about it. That sounds just super good. I like this one. This is the Jason Sukoff. Jason Sukoff. My Traces. Beef. It looked like there was more there, though. There is, too. Lassie Lambert. Sticky JCM. I actually saved 2 other ones, apparently. Yeah, this is cool too. It's Lassie Lammert. Roll back that presence a tiny pinch. Such a metalcore, new metal lead. How many metalcore bands did you see do that? You hear the breakdown. You know, the breakdown would start. Then the drums would start to come in. It'd be all and then the singer's like, "Are you ready to fuck this place up?" And then the whole band all of a sudden comes in, and that one guy that's been just standing there the whole time, you know, he just smashes into. There's always that. Guarantee that you've heard that song before. I wasn't a real song, but you know that fucking song. If you were around and if you cut your teeth in the metalcore days and you were around during the metalcore days or even the hardcore days, like just prior to, you know, that whole beatdown hardcore scene, like, and the whole like hate breed thing that was kind of lurking around right before the metalcore thing happened. If you were around, you heard that song. You heard that song a bunch of times before. Yeah, I will. I'm going to get into the two Madsen pack. Ton playing a headless is like that. Hold on. Classical is so comfortable. Ah, damn it. I'll be honest. The only reason I would like a headless guitar, I would never in a million years ever take a stage with a headless guitar. Not in a million freaking years. I don't like the look of them at all. They make me want to vomit in my mouth. However, that being said, I would rock one at home. Why? Because, yeah, it's cute and cuddly and small. It's very small. It can sit in my lap. Really nice. And I can just put my leg up and I'll be all that. Oh, I can't really do the wheedly deedly 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 deep part. I can just sort of sit there and look half cool or half dumb. I don't know. You saw a blurb that the Fuse Audio Labs F59 on sale Black Friday. When are you going to put out another amp sit? When are they going to put out another amp sim? Tyler, you must have the inside scoop. I do have the inside scoop. I do. 100%. Mr. Gideon, nice to see you. OG! I'm going to get an OG button, sound clip button too. Whenever an OG comes in the house, boom, it's just OG. That'll be fun. Let's go to the two Madsen pack. Although, hold on, writing rig, Will Putney. Let's hear it. It's a fizzy bubble. I don't like this. It's a fizzy bubble. What happened there? That is not for me. That is not for me at this point. I'm going to take it out. Get it out! All right. So anyways, the Tone Exchange, the STL Exchange is rather awesome. This is the latest and greatest. Let's go show all for popular real quick here. This is Writing Rig. So the one I was just using apparently is very popular. 2.3K downloads. Maybe I was just using it the wrong way. Oh man, if you guys haven't heard this, I haven't had this on the playlist long. If you guys haven't heard of La Bomba by Lord of the Lost, or even if you've never heard of the band Lord of the Lost, I highly advise you look into them. Because actually, you know what? We're going to listen to their newest album. We didn't really get a lot of chance to listen to it, the missus and I. Blood and Glitter is the one that I wanted to listen to. This band is so fucking weird, but awesome at the same time. Like, honestly, check them out. La Bomba, Lord of the Lost. The tone is insane, too. Anyways, you go back here. Driftwood Squared, Lassie Lambert. You can just pow, pow, pow. Enter the folder name. What do you mean? Oh, I have two folders named Beef? Damn it. So stupid. Pure Chainsaw. Wow, Lassie Lambert. Of course, he's been rather active on here. That's pretty awesome. And then you see various people on here, whether it's just the average Joe like myself, or whether it's, oh, I see Zach Chappell. Interesting. So there's all kinds of stuff on here. That's rad. So if you're interested, these exist. I will not be doing any tracing, but that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool indeed. So let's go and find the two Madsen pack, and imagine I have to hit see all. And John Feldman. That's a good solid pack. Mark Lewis, another good solid pack. The Lassie Lambert German Boutique. All of Lassie's all of his packs, every last one of Lassie Lambert's packs is unbelievable. And I think maybe it's how popular, because they were probably wildly popular packs, because anybody that knows who that man is knows that he has an insane amp collection and the ability to make things sound really fucking good. So you're probably like, wow, I get his tones. We're gonna go to that one after. Or one of his packs. I remember this Romesh Dodengoga pack was that I tried was pretty awesome, actually. If you don't know his work, don't know a lot about his work, but man, he's got some great tone, and his pickups rip. Actually, no. Sorry, not his pickups. His presets, rather. All right, so this is bass. Bass! How low can you go? That's an unboosted PD5150, and a lot of people, that's funny because like everybody loves the 5150 until you take the tube screamer out from the front. Everybody loves a rectifier until you take away the tube screamer. You know, like when it's a modified Marshall, you can get away with no screamer sometimes. It's, you know, you can probably tighten it up enough, but and the 5150, you just got to know how to dial it in without a screamer. It can be done, but it is rather raw and it's just more visceral. There are a lot of the Swedish death metal bands on the Gothenburg side that used it, Sans La Boost, and you can hear that and feel that in a lot of that music as well. It just sounds more raw. There's also in Colin Richardson, I didn't have a look in his pack. Maybe I'll go back to it at some point and look and see if he has anything boosted with the Marshall Governor, because he was known to boost the 5150 with a Marshall Governor. And if you've never tried that before, maybe that'll be one of our next streams. Maybe that'll be tomorrow. How do you guys feel about that? Just going through 5150s and Governors, creating absolute fucking havoc level tone. Some of the best 5150s plus a Marshall Governor. I don't hate that idea. I don't hate it. Plus, I'll be looking for something kind of vanilla. Not vanilla, but something easygoing and low risk to demo the new pickups on. Very exciting. Yeah, the Mesa Boogie Dual Rectifier definitely needs a boost. To be used for metal, it sure as shit does. You will not get away with it. For hard rock and for punk rock and everything else, you can get away with no boost for sure. All right. That sounds rad. There's no pedal on it. So if I want, I can boost it or not boost it. It's a Slayer cover in bluegrass style. It's pretty awesome. That sounds crushing. Nice. Sounds okay. No. No, it sounds a little bit like the first one. Billy Bio. Nice. There's Billy Biohazard stuff in here. That's quite interesting. Billy Bio mixed Mesa. Billy Bio Mesa. What's that about? That sounds pretty rad, actually. If you don't know who Billy Bio is, it's Billy from Biohazard. I don't know why I said Biohazard. Billy from Biohazard. I don't know how to. Is it Grazy Deli Grazy? Something with a vowel at the end. Anyhow, he is a scary man, rhythm guitar player for Biohazard for many years. He also had his own solo stuff, Billy Bio. And, man, Biohazard's always had great tone. Always. Man, I love that song. If you've never heard any Biohazard, go listen to Shades of Grey and tell me how heavy do you think that might have seemed for like a 14-year-old kid. I heard that song for the first time and I saw it on Much Music, and at the time they were doing an interview with Biohazard, at which time Biohazard sort of set up this altercation that looked super real. And my friends and I remember watching it. It was after school. It was on this show called the Power Hour or Power 30 at that point. And they were doing an interview with them on the street in New York with Biohazard, who are hard looking dudes. These dudes look like they have been through some shit and seen some shit and maybe even done some shit. I don't know. The bass player was a PORN star. I don't want to say that word because it might get me fucking nuked or put on some 18 plus bullshit. Anyways, during this interview, these hard looking dudes came up and were actually from across the street or something yelling shit at the dudes from Biohazard, and came over and started like fucking with them or something. And then all of a sudden, like a realistic looking fight broke out, to which they chased this other bunch of people down the street and across the street or something like that. And the interview was kind of like mid-interview. And that was amazing promotional. It was amazing marketing. They did, if it was fake, I heard it was faked later on. I thought it was sure as shit, thought it was real at the time though. And we're like, holy shit, this band is hard. You know, the videos with every dude, the videos like every dude in the band is tattooed like from their neck down. Way before that was like fashionable for everybody, I want to point out. And then everyone in the crowd, they had like 100 dudes in the video, and all those dudes look progressively harder than the band. And they're all, again, neck to toe tattoos and shit and knuckles and all that. Again, this is 30 years before, you know, I could go walk out my front door and find someone with a neck tattoo now. But 30 years ago, that was that was a hard looking person that you wanted nothing to do with as a 15-year-old kid. If I had seen that dude in the street, I might have pissed my pants at that point. So that was very effective marketing. I was like, that scared the shit out of me. I want to buy it. That is a very, very solid. I'm going to keep it in my favorites. Let's go to the mixed. He also uses an orange. Let's check out his orange as well. I'm curious there. Oh, wait, no, same one. I was like, shit, I didn't change it. That sounds huge as well. It's a ripping song. It's free, Tone. Pick it up. Yeah, that one's free now. It's good. It's solid. I just never really... I'm going to be honest. I didn't promote it because I thought that charging what they were charging for that plugin was insane. It was insane at the time. I was like, you're charging how much for a green screamer when there's 100 green screamers out there that are really, really good for free, or like $5 and $10? You're going to charge that much for it? No one is going to buy it. That's why I never promote that Cytomic, the Scream, to you guys, because I know there's probably not a lot of likelihood that you guys are going to go and buy it. Nor do I want to go, is it the best and crazy, most modifiable Tube Screamer plugin ever in existence? Yes. Is it really, really good? Yes, it is. But are you going to go and pay what they want for it? When there are so many other great screamers around? I don't know, right? I mean, that's up to you guys. Do you want to see a Tube Screamer episode? I'd be down with doing one, but I mean, I don't know how it's going to be like, here's one Tube Screamer, gent. Here's another Tube Screamer, gent. Let's have the third Tube Screamer. Oh, let's turn it up a little. You know, that's going to be what it's going to sound like. Next Tube Screamer. How about the next tube screamer? Mixed, eh? I'm going to take this. This sounds lovely. Mixed. What's it sound like mixed? Don't like that. Nope. On their own, they're wonderful. What about the EVH? How does this EVH tone? Some solid. I'm not going to save it, but that one sounds rather good. Billy Bio, EVH, another one? A different one? Whoa, that's too bright for my... That's too bright for me, sir. What other bands do we have in here? Wow, there's tons of... Whoa, there's Hate Sphere. Oh, my goodness. I'm getting a little flush. One of my favorite metal bands all time, Hate Sphere. What are we doing there? That's definitely a bass tone, although it doesn't say bass. Probably should say bass. Maboga Mr. Hector Duo Master. Why does this sound like it has an IR through an IR? That sounds... Is that sounding any like it is to... Like, does anybody else hear that? It sounds like an IR through an IR. Though it isn't. I don't have anything activated. No, that sounds... Damn, what's happening with that? Are you guys hearing that? I'm going to play a little bit of more riffs, but like, I can always tell when it's happening because it hurts my brain a little bit. Can you guys hear what I'm hearing? That's not... I don't want that. Whoa, big fella. Calm down. Nope. That's not where I parked my car. What we got here? EMG 81, high gain. That's better. Fucking G-string. Yeah, it does sound a bit strange, eh? All right, fine. You guys want a Tube Screamer episode? You got it! I'm in. Man, can you hear... Like, it's just... If you could hear an EMG in a recording, you want to hear EMG recording, go and listen to the Unearth album. Shit. Yes. In the Eyes of Fire. This, like, basically anything by an Unearth, you can just hear the EMGs. And the song Giles here, or Giles, this song rips. You just hear the EMGs right there. This one they had Mike Justine, or Justine, just guy. This drummer is amazing. I play that. I was on my daily drum mix for a while. I would go after work and play my E-kit that was in my mother's business, in the basement of my mother's business. And it was a good time. I miss playing drums. I had to move my drums, though, because some asshole and his friends that were renting the other side of the space would constantly go and just use them and fucking move shit around. Nothing pisses me off more than people that touch my shit without asking and with visibly moving things around. Sore ass about that shit. Anyways. Yeah, it's phasey for sure. Yeah. See? All right. Good. I'm not insane. Well, I mean, halfway there, I guess, but I'm not completely insane. Are you insane? A little bit, yeah. All right, what else we got? Invictus, ill-disposed, cataclysm. Wow, cataclysm. What we got here? What? What do you mean? There's something weird and kind of phasey about a lot of these, actually. But there's a few that sounded like the Billy Bile one sounded so good. Moonspell. Nice. I'm going to try not to say anything negative about Moonspell, but this is classically the band that, like, the Missus and I, when the Gothic Doom bands come on, and we're listening to something, and I often go light black candles singing in light. Moonspell. If you've ever heard of Moonspell, they're a huge band. Where are they from again? Portugal. They're from Portugal. What? Man, I'm not a big fan of Moonspell. But nonetheless, let's hear what their guitar... See, again, you don't have to like a band to like their presets or their sounds or settings or anything. Moonspell, let's check it out. That is definitely a non-boosted 5150. Let's try boosting this 5150. Go to the amp and cab for a second here. Scoop a tiny bit out. Let's back this off a little bit. That's just a bit egregious. Let's turn that up. Let's turn this up. And let's turn this back. And this down. Let's see what we got. It's a bit loud. Not too shib. That is not bad at all. See, we did just a little gussying. I would not have thought that I was going to enjoy Moonspell's guitar tones quite that much. But again, I was wrong. Plus, the guitar tone's never been my problem with that band. Their singer's just so cheesy. So cheesy. But some people like that. And if that's your thing, you know what? That's okay. Because there's probably a whole bunch of music I like that you probably think is just total shit as well. That's no problem. That's why music is so awesome. One man's trash is another man's treasure. And Moonspell, I'm not going to say Moonspell is my trash because it's still metal and it's still people that are making music with guitars and actual instruments. So it's definitely not the worst music in the world because we all know of stuff that's way worse than that. It's not made by anything good. So let's keep doing this. I'm going to check out this rectifier now. That's not going to be for me. Oh, this is for solos. I get this is more for okay, that's fine. Let's go to the effects then. It does sound nice for leads. And like I said before, I was actually practicing some leads last night, so I'm trying to get some better shit going for you guys. But in the meantime, just don't give me any fucking slack about it. Nah, bro. It's not there yet. I knew there was one fret that needed some work on this guitar, and I found it just now. How nice of it. It's like, hey, you need that. I hope it doesn't hit me. I need some work down here. I don't. Oh, he's not going to. He's going to stay way up there at the first and third and stuff. No, it's not going to be. Oh, he's coming down. Boys, he's coming up. You know, it's maybe once in a blue moon that I head up there anyway. That just fret. That needs work. It is what it is. Yeah, man, all the effects pedals and all the gain pedals, I believe, if I'm gonna guess and say some of these pedals here are potentially could be based on some stuff that may or may not be an amp hub. I don't know that, and I don't have the inside scoop. But if you look at some of these pedals here, you know, like this one is black and orange and has the same controls as an HM2. And I'll bet you if you turn all those controls to the right, it'll sound like an absolute firestorm of knives and saws. And then it goes on. This one's green. It could be really fucking just about, I don't know, 964 pedals. Red. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Could be anything. Orange, I'm guessing DS1. Could be, maybe not. And then the single knob guy over here, I'm guessing is probably a 33, and it sounded kind of like a 33 Ford 33 as well. It could be. And then the tracers here is you can go to the tracer, the STL Exchange, and you go to the tracer, what is it again? Yeah, you go to some of the traces here, and you find pedals, and then you can throw the pedals, or if you can trace your own pedals, and drop them right in here. Add traces using the tracer or trace exchange. There it is. And so that I bring that, and with that, I bring this stream to a close. This was fun. I love doing this. It might not be the most exciting thing for the average viewer. I respect that. But I also respect the fact that I do content mostly. I do a lot of, I like to do things that make me happy too. And ToneHub makes me happy. Amp Hub makes me happier. But ToneHub makes me happy. And the subscription is super fun. You can just go through all of this. This is all, you have access to everything. Like, look how many artist packs and look how many amp packs there are. Whole bunch right here. Whole bunch of amps, and all of these are captured pretty well from what I've gathered. And then if you go to show all in here and you see all the different artists, man, there's all expansions. It's awesome. Like, check, there's so many artist expansions. They have worked with so many artists. Jason Sukoff, that's one of the packs I really wanted to go over this pack. Next time, the Jason Sukoff pack will be on the, that'll be on the menu for sure. Yeah, all the effects and the post effects seem to be pretty good. They have a delay, a reverb. And they also had a chorus, a flanger, a phaser, a tremolo, space verb, and the doubler. Oh, the good old doubler. Everybody needs the doubler. I need a quad track sounding guitar. I need it now in my one plugin. And I only want to hit 3 different buttons. And I want it to sound mixed and mixed ready. And that sounds like quad track guitars. I don't want to do anything. And I'm tuned in E and I want it to sound, I want to play like I'm in F sharp too. Yes, sir. You got it, sir. Just teasing, guys. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to be here with this set of pickups right here. This is the Nazgul Sentient set from Seymour Duncan. Did not get these for free by any means. Not even close. I just straight up bought them because even if I had gone through Seymour Duncan with the very small artist pricing that I get from them, I had to do all this math. Not a lot of math. Really, what's going to end up happening was that I was going to get absolutely lambasted with tariffs because I was ordering something from the States. I would have got hit with tariffs of some degree, and it would have been roughly the same price as just purchasing it in Canada. And I found a set in Quebec, Quebecois, music Gagnier. I love pronouncing French in the most English way possible. French Gagner. Musique Gagner. Anyways, they had a set. I was very excited. These are going to go into my destroyer, and I can't wait to get them in there and fucking just tearing it up. Also, Railhammer sending me a chisel. Thanks so much to the wonderful people at Railhammer. I'm stoked to get that whenever it happens to get to the border. And then I have a friend of mine that might go down there and grab it. It might be a while. So I'm stoked to get that out there in there for you guys. And I love doing pickups. You guys know that's one thing about this channel that will never change. There will always be pickup demos. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe. Tomorrow I will be back with something. Maybe we'll just do a new pickup mega stream where we do all kinds of random shit. We'll test out tube screamers. I don't know. Tomorrow might just be tube screamers and 5150s. Or pedals in 5150. How about that? Boost pedal extravaganza with 1 or 2 different amp sims. The Kazrog. Ampcraft. 1992, baby. Oh, I would love to spend some more time with that. Tomorrow I'll be here. It'll be a Chug Fest for sure. And I will see you guys there. Cheers, everybody. I appreciate all of you.
Well, babe, I'll see you later. Ain't